Hey, hey, hey. Woo, got a sneak. Oh, I'm sorry I had to hear that. I couldn't edit that out because we live. Hi, how y'all doing? How you doing? I think this light is too much in my face. I'm in a different part of the room today. Yes. How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Success is an Inside Job. First of all, let me start with an apology. I am so sorry. I'm late. I am late today. Y'all, my little tummy has been acting up, but we commanded health. And for that little ismitis, whatever it was that was bothering me, I had to tell it to leave me alone so I could get up and get on. But nonetheless, I am here. Can you just bless the Lord with me? I am here. I am here. I am the Roz Booker. I am your gold digger, your strategist. I'm the one digging for the gold on the inside of you to help you improve personally, professionally, yes, and spiritually. I am your coach, your trainer. I am your serial entrepreneur, your real estate broker, your mom, your nana. Look, I wear a lot of hats. And I am just so glad to be here with you this evening. This one's going to be quick, fast, in a hurry. So you better go get your gadgets, your e-devices, your journals, your pens, however you take notes, because we're going to have a great job here talking about success is an inside job. Can you type that in for me? Success is an inside job. Say it one more time. Success is an inside job, the pathway to financial and mental wellness. You know what? Money doesn't always mean that we're healthy, right? Oh my goodness, health is wealth, and that is a stream, yes, of currency that we're all looking for. But how many, just like me, we want it all? We want the tangible, the intangible. We want the money in the bank, and we want the riches of God's glory, all that comes from above. We want it all. We want to be whole. We want to be rich. We want to be successful from the inside out. I'll bring you up to speed. This is, I think, our 8th week together. You'll have to go back and listen to the playlist. I actually have a playlist, not on TikTok, but on YouTube. You're going to have to hop on over to YouTube, the Roz, R-O-Z, Booker. Hop on over to YouTube and you can take advantage of hearing the playlist of the 8 weeks that we do have. I started with my journey of when I was born into this world, into what baby mama drama of the 60s, from my childhood, and how even at 7 and 8 years old, I was faced with a crossroad decision while laying on the floor with my mom in the dead of winter, couch surfing, homeless, aka homeless. I had a decision to make, and from that decision, that is where I have been catapulted into destiny. And how many know that standing right next to the most horrible thing that can happen to us, around us, and through us is a springboard? His name is Jesus. So we don't have to be a victim of circumstance. We don't have to lay down and what? DIE in the grave that has been dug for us, because sometimes life happens, y'all, and life happens hard. That's the cliche today. Well, life is life. And well, you know what? We have a choice. Well, somebody type that in. I have a choice. I have a decision to make. And that's the decision I made that catapult me into corporate America, which even catapult me to shatter glass ceilings in corporate America, and thus going into my entrepreneurial journey. I can't talk about success until I talk about the times that I bumped my head, right? I didn't choose right. Actually, I chose poorly. I can't talk about success without talking about community, hence why I left corporate America, so that I could be more available in community and do things like this. And as I am on my journey to still evolve and still go higher, right? There are a lot of things that I have dreamed about. I call them God-sized seeds, God-sized dreams that are being watered that shall come to fruition, because I don't believe we just grow old and get ready to die. I mean, ultimately, that is our FATE, our fate, right? Not unless we're like Enoch and we're just going to be translated and walk into the heavenlies side by side, hand by hand with the Lord Himself. So, you know what? The grave is going to be our elevator to our heavenly home for most of us. But while we're here, somebody say, while we're here, while I am in my dash, and that dash is my born date, and then the dash, and then my end date. That's what's going to be on my tomb. What do you want to be known for? What do I want to be known for? So the success that we're after, it is an inside job. I need you to type that in for me today. Well, today, I wanted to talk to you about a formula, something that's worked for me for a very, very long time. It's the EEP test. You know what? It's hard to keep up with data and information. Those things are coming at us at the speed of light, and we can't even process the amount of data and information that, oh my God, that's coming at us every day. There's always something, a new person, place, or thing grappling after our attention, our identity, right? And sometimes we're like, okay, what's the new best fad? What do we do now? What's next, right? If you're like me, you ask yourself that question. But EEP, the EEP test is very relevant today. As you know, we got AI, we got robots. You know what? Don't let us not forget. It was the human mind that programmed the AI and the robot. So let's not let it lullaby us to sleep, because we may not have a career path, or we may not be as creative as God called us to be if we let those things take over. So we got to be ahead of the AI. We got to let the AI and the robots, which are enhancements, work for us. But when we ask ourselves this question, the EEP, Edward Paul, the EEP test. I need you to go ahead and type it in. The EEP test. Here's what we're asking ourselves. Because in this day and age, we have to be efficient, right? We have to be effective, and we have to be purposeful. And in the order that I am going to teach it today is actually going to be, is it effective? Is it efficient? Is it purposeful? Those are the things we need to ask ourselves. Is what I'm about to do, is it effective? Go ahead and type it in. Is it efficient? And is it purposeful? So let's talk about effective. Is it effective? Does it make sense today? Is it effective? Is it giving us the fruit and the results that we require? You know, we can't fall in love with our own grand ideas and want to sell it to the community, our customers, our clients, etc. And they tell us, I don't even want that. You know how some people can be in love with their own inventions and they wonder why that they're not successful, right? Well, had you asked your client, your customer, right, your prospect, what it is that they want today, right? If you answer their pain, if you solve a problem for them today, then whatever we're selling, whatever we're offering, whether it's a product or a service, we know that our offerings will be aligned with effectiveness. It's going to be effective. And those systems that we build around offering those products and services will have to be effective. Number two, is it efficient? Oh my God. I know we are sold on what we were doing 20 years ago, 15 years ago, because that's what we learned. That's what we're comfortable with. But let me tell you, in this day and age, we have to find our comfort zone. Find that comfort zone and exit. Find the comfort zone and leave. Find the comfort zone and demolish it. We have to be comfortable being uncomfortable in this day and age. Actual, actually, in terms of AI and robots and things like that, man, if you go 1 week, something is obsolete, something is already outdated, there's something already new replacing it. So, doing things efficiently is going to work. Do more with less. Find a way to do it more efficiently. Find a way to reel back in and buy your time back. And often that means you may have to delegate it or relegate. That means you have to delegate it or stagnate. And if you're stagnated, you're not building momentum, you're not moving forward. We said that momentum happens because it's going to take us to the place in the direction that we're already heading. So if we're not doing things effective, if it's not efficient, then we're wasting a lot of time. I know if you're like me, if you were a solopreneur or are a solopreneur, you're the CEO, CFO, customer service, all in one. You're a three-legged table, and when one is warped or broken or missing, it ain't happening for you. And so you're like, I have to wear all these hats. But there comes a time where you have to assess, okay, is this effective? Is it working for me now? If is it still what people want? Am I answering a problem, solving a problem, answering pain? Can I do more with less? How can I make this more efficient? Are my systems right efficient? Have I automated things that are antiquated, right? Can I do this quicker? How can I do it faster and still not lose the value? We need to be thinking about that. And often that means it's time to pay someone. Have you ever assessed how much your time is worth in terms of whatever you do, whatever you're offering, right? How much are you worth per hour? Have you broke that down into how much that is per minute? Mm-hmm. You should ascertain whatever you've been paid for a thing, right? What service, what product you've offered. Go back and do the metrics and the math and find out how much you are worth an hour, right? And then go back and ascertain how many hours are you spending on fruitless activities? They may not be money making activities. What is something that you can pay someone, maybe a fraction of what you are worth per hour, right? A fraction. And when I mean a fraction, maybe you find out that you are $100, $150, or $200 an hour for what you have been paid to offer or sell someone. Well, if you are doing a low activity, right? I'd say a $10, $12, $14, $15 activity that's taking you 3 hours and you're worth $200 an hour, right? Well, you have just lost potentially $600 for that day when you can probably pay someone $100 a day, mhm, for that specific thing that you're doing. We have to shift the mindset. Is it effective? Is it efficient? Now, drum roll. The last thing, is it purposeful? Is it purposeful? Is what you're doing serving a purpose? Is it a part of your God given divine design? Is it purposeful? You know, sometimes hobbies won't pay us, but we have to find a way. If we're so engrafted and inbred in our hobbies, we have to find a way for those hobbies to pay us. Because after all, the word of God says that our gift will make room for us. I am of the opinion that our gift will not only make room for us, but our gifts should be paying us. Not that we lead in service to be paid, but because we are anointed by God, because we are oiled by God, because we are ordained by God to do a thing that gives Him glory, right? Then we are automatically going to win. Boss lady, is that my boss lady? As in, Sabrina, are you in the room? Oh my God, I think. Is it effective? Is it efficient? Is it purposeful? Does it pass the EEP test? And if it doesn't, let's make it align to pass the test. I am the Roz Booker, your coach, your trainer, your mentor, your serial entrepreneur, your prayer warrior, your mom, your nana, your host, sister, friend, whatever God calls me to be to you. But I'm just digging for the goal that's on in the inside of you to help you grow personally, professionally, and spiritually. Come back next Sunday. I think I'm going to be here next Sunday. I'll be doing some traveling. But come back next Sunday and we will dig deeper in the pathway to financial and mental wellness. Make it an awesome, God bless day. And you take care. Bye bye.